All righty, we are officially live, and we are going to be going over our monthly income report for June 2025. And if you've been following along, well, we've been doing these now for about 6 months, I think. I'd have to go back and actually see when we started these, but it's been at least 5 months. And we've been documenting everything that we've been doing here on this channel. And let me just say, we're getting close. We're getting really close. So we're going to basically break all that down. I'm going to open up the little spreadsheet here so you guys can see the inner workings of the revenue streams. Also, we're going to go over views. We're going to go over subscribers. We're going to go over email subscribers. We've got a bunch of different numbers that we're going to be going over. But I really want this to also be a learning thing for you, that if you are on YouTube, I want you to see not just the ad revenue that you can make, because the ad revenue is great. And if that's what you're going after, that's fine. But we definitely want to look at, if that is the case, we got to look at, there is going to be inconsistencies, meaning it's going to go up and down. And depending on your niche, it's going to depend on that. Really, it comes down to that. And it's going to come down to, whatever time of year it is. Like right now we're in the summer. So ad revenue should typically be down a little bit because most people are vacationing and things, and advertisers are not wanting to spend. Matt says, Mike sounds a little echoey.
Yeah, I was waiting for you.
You should have already picked up on that, my friend. And you did.
It was good. It kicked off as soon as you went live.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go back here. Is that better? Test, test, test.
Yes, that's better.
That's better? All right. Thanks. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that. At least you're looking out for me.
Actually, now it's going back again.
Is it really? Why is that doing that? Huh.
I mean, it's better than before now. It doesn't sound like your other mic, though.
Oh, it says it's the default. It's on the USB 3.0 audio. That's interesting. Let's see.
It's the only one. A little tinny.
It's a little tinny?
Yeah, not as bad now. It was worse before.
We're going to have to roll with it. All right, so let's get rocking and rolling. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up the spreadsheet, and we're going to go ahead and dive in. And, guys, let me know in the comments real quick, are you only doing YouTube for the ad revenue money? Are you only there for the AdSense? Let us know that in the comments. If your goal is to get views, get watch time hours, and basically get the ad revenue, I'm curious. Let us know in the comments. And then also in the comments, let us know, are you a coach, a course creator, or a consultant? Let us know that as well. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and let's open it up here. Let's go behind the scenes. So here we go. I'm going to dive right in. This is everything, but this is for June. Okay, so June, Scotty, you can see that okay?
Yep, you're good.
All right, so June is right here. And we are, 108,976 monthly views. Now, one thing I want to point out here, we were tracking since September, but we actually started this channel in May of last year, and we were monetized in 89 days. But you'll see some of the ad revenue numbers here. Like right here was our first check for $182.52 from AdSense. So that's when we started tracking it. It's kind of like when we started to collect money. All right. So if you look over here in this column, you can see these are the different months. And you can see right here, 1760, that was in December. And that's because Q4 generally is going to pay more, and our views were double. All right. So right now, actually, it's kind of interesting that we've got more revenue than we did the months before. Up until March, we had 996. So this is just ad revenue, by the way. All right. Let me go over here. So our views, 108,976. Last month was 114. So they've been going down a little bit, and we're okay with that. We made a little bit of a pivot recently. And if you guys have been following along, you guys probably heard about the pivot. We'll talk a little bit about that here in a little while. If you're thinking about pivoting your channel, or if you think, can you pivot your channel, we'll talk about that. Monthly subscribers, this is for YouTube, 2,362. So last month we had 2,300, so we gained 62 more on top of what we did last month. So that's pretty cool, with actually less views, which is interesting. Email subscribers. This is a number that a lot of people don't look at. We've collected 1,376 new email subscribers to our email list, which is basically more than half of our subscribers, which is really kind of crazy. And let's see here. So if we're looking at these numbers, you can see 1557, 2471, 3000. But again, we had more views. So you're going to get those, but we're good with this. If we can get 1,000 emails a month of people that are targeted, that are in our audience, that want to be part of our email list and they want to get more resources from us, we're cool with that. And YouTube paid us $912.92. And the cool thing about that is we always look at this. This is the emails that we collected. Typically, people are spending $5 an email address. This would, I mean, what is that? $5? That'd be over $5,000. So that's pretty cool. Amazon commission, Scotty, I forgot to put that in there. I think it was like
$36.
$36?
Yep.
All right. So I didn't add that to my total, but I can update that on the fly. So $36 in Amazon commissions, big whoop-de-doo. Might have bought us some Chick-fil-A. StreamYard, $144.96. Now, just to let you know, the Amazon and the StreamYard, we haven't really done anything other than just put our links in our description. We didn't talk about StreamYard really. We didn't talk about any products in our, in our description. We just put it there. So that's just a little byproduct, which is cool. It's better. It's it's better than nothing. But now this is our workshops and coaching. So $11,161. So a total for the month was $12,218.88. Now the month before, our total was $19,897, and there was a reason for that. We actually did 2 workshops that month that led to people wanting to join our 1K collective, which, by the way, isn't currently open. And let's see, the last it was open was like a couple of weeks ago. All right, so that's the reason for that little bit of a spike. So that was $19,897, almost $20K. And then this month is $12,218.88. Now, that's the numbers for June. What I want to do is give you some totals here because we want to see how close are we to the 100K. For those of you that have been following along, you're going to find that out right now. All right, so total so far that we've collected in AdSense is $10,261.04. So that's cool. Amazon affiliates, I got to add $30 to that, or $36 to that. So what would that be? Let's
51.
do this. Let me do this on the fly. Are you
51. 251.
You're confident in that?
Yeah.
251.
Yep.
All right. StreamYard is 449 so far collected. vidIQ, nothing because we haven't promoted anything with those guys. We do have a link in there. We have gotten some clicks. And actually, I thought vidIQ, we did have some money that came in, but it was really little. It was like $30-$40. I'll have to add that in. Workshops plus coaching up to date right now, $83,393. Sponsors, we haven't reached out to any sponsors yet, but that'll be in the future possibly. So a total is $94,318.96. But it gets really more interesting than that because I'm going to show you this. So far, collected in July, we've collected $2,271. The reason is because between months, end of June and into July, we had a workshop that we talked about the 1K collective, and we had some people join in the beginning of July. So there's some people there. So that would bring us to $96,589.96 if we went up to today. To today, the exact date right now would be $96,589.96. Now, I want to point this out down here. May 14th was when we started. We monetized the channel in 89 days. But down here, what I want to do is I want to draw your attention. Well, I guess I can give you this here first. Let me do this first because I did this. If we added the subscriptions that we have people that are paying a subscription for us, 1,078. And then we have payment plans of people that still basically owe on courses that we've sold. So total is $1,843 a month. We've got 3 more installments that they'll need to make. That'll be $55.29. So if I was to tally all of this up to what's going to be collected, we would be at $103,196. So we will be there within the next, I would say, 4 to 6 weeks, which is great. Now down here, this is what I wanted to point out. All right. And I'll stretch this over so it's easier to read. right there. So we started coaching November of last year. So the total months that we've been actually doing coaching for this brand, we've done them for other brands. For this brand right here, it's been 8 months. So 8 months, $83,000. So you can more or less say that we were building our audience right here for 7 months, 6 months, 7 months, somewhere in there before we actually sold anything ourselves. Now, we collected some money from AdSense, but before we did any coaching, and this is what I've told people because I've learned this from the past 16 years that I've been doing this, we always build the audience first, figure out what they need help with, what can we offer help with, and then we make an offer. And that's exactly what we did here in this brand. And as you can see, $83,000 already. And it's actually more than that because if we went over here and did this stuff, we'd be another 6,500. You know, we'd be almost 90 grand in just that. All right. So I just wanted to point that out. The other thing I wanted to point out is this, the value of that email list. Right now we have 11,150 email subscribers right now. These are leads. We've collected more. We've collected about 15,000. Obviously, if you're familiar at all with like email list building and all that stuff, over time, you send emails, people unsubscribe if they don't want to receive any more information, and that's fine. We're like, hey, let's shake hands and we'll just part as friends, no problem. But right now we have we have an active email list of 11,150. And if you were to put an amount on that, typically $5 is about the going rate on a Facebook ad right now. So if you're doing a Facebook ad, if you've seen it, Facebook ads where people are marketing to you and they want to capture your email address in exchange for something, they're going to probably sell you something, try to immediately, which we don't do. But that is typically costing right now about $5 on the low end, and actually on the upper end, you're around $12 to $15. So I'm going on the low end. So our email list, the value of that we didn't pay for. Remember, YouTube paid us 10 grand, and we built an email list worth $55,000 right now. So if we were to add that onto it, we'd be well over 100K. We'd be more like 150K. But I think that's pretty good. Scotty, what do you think so far of the numbers that we just kind of shot out there?
I think pretty good. Like you said, I mean, really didn't start selling anything until about 8 months ago. So, I mean, technically it hasn't even been a full year of selling. It wouldn't be until November. So, I mean, I think great pace. And the thing is number one, we've proven it again, and we've already done this on other channels, but this is a brand new channel, right? With you and me, working collectively on this. Secondly is even after this, like now we're like, okay, we know what we need to do to kind of scale this to the next level and how we want to pivot a little bit. We just had a meeting today, not too long ago, about that. And that's the next journey is almost doing it all over again, but times whatever, 2 or 3, and also hitting the audience that we want to hit.
Yeah. And so I think that's the thing though. So now people would look at this and go, Scotty, you guys got something really good going here. That's pretty impressive. You should keep going, double down on that. And we realized that if this isn't necessarily where we want to play 100%, we want to actually pivot slightly. And you're teaching the same stuff, but we're more or less now focusing our attention on coaches, course creators, and consultants. And the reason why is because there's so many people right now teaching how to get views, how to get subscribers. You probably are aware of that, right? You're probably aware that there's a lot of people basically saying, click this one button and you'll, get more views. Or don't click this button. I mean, we've done those videos. And yes, they get views. But in all honesty, when you start to see that it's very broad. It's a very broad thing, like how to grow on YouTube. And a lot of people are growing on YouTube to just get to AdSense money, which is fine. I've never been a huge believer in building this YouTube thing and basically only doing it for the AdSense money. That's me personally. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. Problem with that I see is that it's really, really, it's risky, number one, because YouTube could take your channel and, basically ban you for something that you don't even think you did wrong, copyright strike, like whatever. And then from there, it's like you also look at it and go, okay, if, let's just say, for example, your ad revenue goes down from $1,000 to $200. Well, that's potentially going to happen depending on the time of year, or your RPMs go down because, advertisers aren't willing to spend. So that's the thing that we have to keep in mind. All right. That's the thing that we have to keep in mind. For us, we're looking at this like we're creating leads coming into our business. That's the email list of then where we can then help them. And then by helping them, we can coach them. We can do a workshop for them. We can do one-on-one coaching for them. And that's what I've been doing for years in other businesses. So that's what we're doing right here, right now. That's what we want to share with. And again, it's how we're going to be more niche down. So we're not going to go and speak to everyone. We're going to be speaking to, if you want to follow along and learn how to get views, that's fine. We're going to show you how to do that too. We're going to show you how your channel will get more loyal fans and subscribers. But we're doing it for the purpose of we want to get people into our world that we can help and coach and be able to help them grow. And so that's what we've done. All right. And that's what we're going to be sharing now. We just had one of our students who's in our 1K collective, who's in a very, very saturated niche.
Yeah.
Fitness.
Yep.
Super saturated. Well, we helped them dial in a little bit and said, okay, why don't we start targeting men or women, whatever, over 40. That's a starting point. And then from there, let's just maybe talk about like muscle growth or, about like how to build muscle over 40, like that type of stuff. And he's been doing it for a little while. He's got his own, he's a trainer. And literally, guys, I can't even make this stuff up. 4th of July weekend, like we were all cooking hamburgers. He was cooking on views, man. So he literally had a video that took off, and he was posting like, I can't believe this is happening. This thing seems like it's going to go micro viral. We call micro viral something that's not quite viral. But then he's like, oh my God, I think it's going to go viral. And the last I checked, it's up over 180,000 views. And that's in less than a week. But here's the kicker. He's collected over 1,000 email addresses of people that want to get in shape that are over 40. Do you think that that's powerful? Do you think that that's pretty amazing that now you can speak to those people, not just on YouTube, but you can speak to them people through your email list? And do you think some of those people are going to probably want to hire him to do like virtual coaching? Or do you think that they might want to do a weekend workshop? You know what I mean? So there's a lot that can be done there. And so we're really excited. He's excited. He's like, I wasn't prepared for this. And it's funny because, we call it a landing page. If you guys are new to this world, it's like the landing page is where people go when you direct them to your, for us, our lead magnet, we have a lead magnet, and that's what we call it, but it's a free resource. And we have one, like if you want to see how we're building this 100K, YouTube channel, you follow the 100K roadmap. We've put that together. There's an 18-page guide. If you want a copy of that, just put 100K in the comments, and we'll send you a copy of that. What I just did there is what other coaches and course creators should be doing. Because what we're doing now is we're giving people an opportunity to get a free resource, which that resource, 18 pages long, it details out exactly what we're doing. But here's the deal. Some people will say, well, Scott, yeah, but you're giving that away. Why would anybody want to hire you? I can show you how to do it. And then you're going to be like, can you help me do it? Can you maybe like show me a little bit more in depth here in this area, in that area, in this area? And that's where people would just naturally reach out to you. Or you then, if you have an email list, you can let them know, hey, we're doing this workshop. Hey, we're doing this sprint. We're doing whatever. And then you can invite them to join you. And some are going to and some won't, but some are. That's how you do it. I'm going to call a quick timeout here. I'm still hearing that my audio is bad, huh, Scotty?
Yeah. You remember though, you said screw it, and we're just gonna keep going.
I know. I just want to check it again and make sure that it didn't get.
It's definitely not your mic. I know that. Like it's not using your mic.
If I go back here, is that worse? Better?
Wait, talk again.
Test. Test.
It doesn't sound like your rich voice, that your radio voice.
So weird. Hold on. See if I can't get this thing to engage. Let me see.
Oh, here. While you're doing that, I'm going to answer a couple questions real quick.
All right.
How do you respond to the 100K comments? I'm sure it's automated. It's not. It's not. Believe it or not, it's not. We manually go in, and it's funny actually. I have a notes page that I keep on my phone, and I have all Apple products. It's sunk up to my Mac Mini, to my laptop, to my phone. So literally, I just go and I copy and paste, and literally every morning, every night, we're just responding to comments. So everything is manual, and that's intentional. We do that because now we're going to be building that relationship, but we really want to be able to respond to these comments, okay, as much as we can, and build that relationship, and then also know that it is getting out there, because sometimes too with automated, it can get, number one, where it just looks automated. Number two, where sometimes it can glitch sometimes, and you're not always going to send it out. We want to make sure we're getting all those emails out, or those those links out, so that way we can generate those emails. But so 100K hooks, all that. Every time you see a comment come out, it is manually done. We do not have any AI bot or anything like that. I will say the only time that AI and not really is sometimes when you're in your comments, it'll give you the option it'll have like an automated one that you could click on, so it can say like, oh, thanks for watching, or something like that. Sometimes I'll click on that if we have a lot of comments that day. Besides that, I'm pretty much typing everything out, or I'm copy and pasting the link. That way you guys got it. Let's see. PI photography and fine art. I'm trying to monetize to sell products that are showed in my videos. Question: are they your physical products, or are they affiliate products? Either way, what I would be doing what do you mean by I'm trying to monetize this sell? Because here's the thing: you don't need to monetize. Like, if I'm running an affiliate product and I have an affiliate link, I don't have to have any monetization to be able to do that. I can be putting the link in the description. I can be mentioning it and then sending a link through the comments. If you're using Amazon or any of those affiliate links or whatever, you don't need to be monetized. So you could be making money on that right now. I mean, I've done that on multiple channels. Even this channel, we did it before we got monetized. We weren't like making crazy money on it, but we had our affiliate links for our DJI mic, our Osmo, any of that. So you don't need to be monetized to have your products up there. And even if it's like you're trying to send people to a landing page, like for your personal product or any of that, like you can just send the link to them. So you don't need to be monetized for that. You gonna try your mic again?
No, it's bad already. I can tell it's not connected. I mean, can you make it out, or?
Yeah. It's not like I can't hear you.
It just sounds like I'm in a tunnel.
Yeah.
It's got to be coming through like the HDMI cable thingy that I got set up. I don't know. It's ever since I had that power outage, I got problems over here.
Yeah, the power.
So we're gonna have to fix that. Okay. Okay. So yeah, if you guys have any quick questions, let us know. But yeah, so some people would say that we're crazy, right? They're like, yeah, you're crazy. Like, why would you pivot? Why don't you just keep, just sharing with people how to get views? And the thing is because we want to differentiate ourselves. And also it's something that I know that if we get a business owner, someone that's a coach, someone that's a course creator, someone that's a consultant, and let's just say that they're charging $1,000 for consulting, or they're charging $500. It doesn't really matter, right? Like, just say that, or let's say the fitness coach, right? You're going to do like one-on-ones and you're going to charge $100, $200. You might do like $400 for the month and you get unlimited support, like whatever it is, right? You need traffic, you need leads. That's what's going to drive your business. Well, if we can help you get views, and they don't have to be thousands of views, they can be like literally like a video that gets 500 views. Yeah. And then if we can show you how to come up with an irresistible lead magnet that basically they're like, I want that, that's going to help me. And then you give them that, and then you can follow up and build some fans, some, you know what I mean? Like people that know, like, and trust you.
Mm-hmm.
people are naturally going to reach out to you and go, I really like the way that you train. Is there any way that you can train me? Is there any way you can coach me? Is there any way that, you can look at my stuff? I can't tell you how many times people will send us an email and say, hey, can you just take a quick look at my channel and tell me what I'm doing wrong?
Yeah.
Now, we can't do those for free every single day, or we wouldn't be able to do anything else. So we started charging for them. Now the requests for those go down, or if someone does request those, we send them there, and some people will say, sure, but we're basically getting paid for our time, but also it's something that is valuable to, if you're on YouTube and you want to grow and you're like, hey, Scotty, can you look at my titles? Because I know that my titles got to be better than this. And then Scotty jumps on and for 10 minutes finds like 10 titles for you. Like, what's the value of that? And let's say that those videos, let's say they get 500 views. And you've done what we're saying as far as putting a lead magnet in those for people to request it. And now you've gotten 25 emails per video. And here's the key. Those videos are evergreen. So that means that you're going to get email coming in 8 months from now, like we just did the other day. So for us to be able to do that, we differentiate ourselves, and we're able to give people an ROI on that. Because if you're already running ads, if you're a coach, business consultant, or a course creator, you're spending money on ads probably. It's the only way you're going to get traffic. Or you're going to follow a process and create this little leads machine, as we call it, where we're creating these evergreen assets that live on YouTube, 5 to 10, 12-minute videos, and then they're going to point back, just like we've done. So that's kind of what we're seeing, and that's what we want to do. That's where we want to play. Now, it's been a year since we started this channel. Channel's been great. It's been very, very successful. But we're like, where do we want to play? Where do we want to spend our time? Where can we be most useful? Some would say, yeah, but you're just going after the money. Well, no, I'm going after an audience that needs this. And just because there's more money to be made there doesn't mean that that's bad. Like everyone looks at, not everyone, a lot of people look at money as like evil. Like it's, oh, you're just being greedy. No, do you realize when you make more money, there's more good things you can do? There's more causes you can support. There's more people you can help. Like that's how I look at it. Like I'm not looking to like, I got to get a bigger house, or I got to go ahead and get a Lamborghini in my driveway. It's more about the impact. But a lot of people think like, oh, you just want to make more money, so you're being greedy. No, I'm seeing it as a market that's underserved. There's an opportunity. We have the skill set to do it. We've got track record. Why wouldn't we? And I love doing it. Like I love helping small businesses. So anyway, yeah. Brian's to be wedding tips says, let's go ad free. Yeah.
I want to answer real quick Tony's question. So
Tony in the house.
Yeah, what's up, Tony? When it comes to ad revenue, aren't you concerned your competition will place ads on your videos and will result in a potential customer being redirected to your competition's video or ad? No, not really. We don't even look at that, because here's the thing. I don't think that really happens much where it's getting placed on ours, but hey, it can. Who cares?
Sure.
Even if it does, here's the thing. If you are in your content building that relationship, it doesn't matter what ad comes up. A lot of the times, because of the relationship, they'll be like, I'm not going to listen to that guy I've never seen before, but he's popping up as an ad that's trying to force me to buy something, right, where I'm already clicked on a video that I want to actually watch, right? So like, we don't even look at that. Honestly, I don't care. And here's the other thing. We're at a point now, especially with this pivot, to where we're like, if that person clicks on our video, an ad pops up and they go over there and they don't want to be a part of what we have, then it's not our ideal audience anyway. That we don't want them then. We want the people that want to work with us, that see what we see from a different standpoint than everyone else, like why we're different. And I mean, and it shows through, number one, our 1K collective, but even just like the emails and the people that even just do either our hooks document or our 100K, they get our downloads. Like we get a lot of messages from that of, oh, this helps so much. You guys are just so honest, and you're, you share everything. You don't gatekeep, like all of that. Like that's just who we are, and that's just what we're given. And if people see that, they're going to want to continue to work with us. If they don't, oh well, then they're going to move on, and that's okay.
Yeah. Hey, Scotty, I wanted to share something real quick too.
Yeah.
And actually, it's a little, I don't want to say it's off topic, but I think it's important. And I wanted to just give this to people so you can have something to think about. All right. So I've been reading, well, this is the second edition. Scotty's reading the first edition because I already read it. But there's this book called Story Brand. All right. Story Brand, Donald Miller. This is the 2.0 version. I just got this book yesterday, but I had the original book before it sold 1 million copies. This right here, I'm not saying go out and grab the book. You can if you want. But the biggest thing that we've really learned over the years, and that there was a nice reminder for me that instead of trying to, like, if you want to stand out, then you need to pick a lane, pick a niche, and then own it. Right. And so if you're like Tony with Smartest Wealth Systems, I would say to Tony, this would be a conversation that we would have if we were sitting there at the coffee shop and we're across the table from each other. Like, I want you to focus on what is the one problem that you're going to help people with. Is it mortgage debt? Is it credit card debt? Is it investing when you're over 40? Like, where is that one problem that a market has that you could own? And I'm going to share with you what we're going to own. And I'm going to say this right here on record, right this second, so I can basically make sure that it's set in stone, because it will be here. It'll be documented, but also we can look back on it. But you need to think about what is a problem that you've solved for yourself or solved for other people, and that you could repeat for other people. That's what you have to think about, because once you do that, you can literally own that space. Now it's not like red ocean, it's blue ocean. Okay, it's opportunity for you to put your flag in the sand. And might be other people that are saying like, yeah, we do that too, but you don't specialize in it, right? And so for us, Scotty and I, our message is very, very simple. We already changed the banner on our YouTube channel too, by the way, and I'm going to show that here in a second. But basically, our whole thing is right now, this is our clear message. This is our elevator pitch, if you will. We help online coaches and course creators get steady leads from YouTube without paid ads. So to us, and they talk about that in the book, every brand needs a villain. And a villain doesn't have to be a person. It could be a thing. For us, because it is a villain, it was for me, is paid ads. Paid ads, man, oh man, let me tell you something. When you get in the paid ads grind, it's all about how do I get that money back as quick as possible so I can keep running those ads. Because when you're spending upwards of $500 a day, $1,000 a day, you're thinking to yourself, I got a 30-day window, right? It's like I got a 30-day credit line here. By the end of that, I want to replenish that and at least pay for it, even if the leads just don't cost me anything. But man, when you get into that, it's a whole nother world, because you get something that's really working. I've been there. And then all of a sudden you're like, let's add more money to the budget on the Facebook ads. You start adding more money and it breaks. Because you know why? Facebook is trying to find other audience, just like YouTube is. But this time you're spending money to be in front of that audience. When we're putting videos out there and it doesn't reach the right audience, it shows in our click-through rate. It hurts a little bit, but it doesn't sting the wallet. It only hurts a little bit of the ego. You're like, why did that audience like that? You know? So for us, we're solving a very specific problem in a certain way. We're not saying we're going to show you how to get organic leads even on social media. We're specifically saying we are using YouTube as the engine, okay, that is going to drive leads to our business as online coaches, course creators, and consultants without using paid ads. The other one I would add in there too, but it's going to make it a little bit longer, but this would be another angle, without complicated funnels, right? If you guys are in the online business world, you know funnels can be complicated. I've run them. You got to upsell, you got another upsell, you got a bump, you got a downsell, you got another downsell. You know, it's like you build these complex funnels. Why are we building these complex funnels? A lot of times it's for paid ads, because when paid ads are there, you got to get that money back as quick as possible. And that means you got to be aggressive with your marketing. With this approach, we don't have to be. So that all to say, we're picking something that we're going to own. All right. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to think about that. And even like Tony, you're on here with us right now and you're one of our students. Like right now, I want you to think about that. I want you to think about what is the one thing that you want to put up on your banner and go, I help people with that thing. And I can pretty much guarantee that I'm going to help them get that result. I'm going to help take away that problem, right? That person's down in a hole and you're going to get them out of that hole, right? You're going to throw them, the line to pull them out of there. So let me do this real quick, Scotty. Let me go ahead and share that real quick. And we spent a little bit of time on this. And I think it's good. I'm glad that we did spend this much time on it because you kind of have to in order to kind of see what it is that you're going to represent. So you guys can see that, right? So we have, making it a little fun. We've got Scott, Arrow, kind of like a writing. We have Scotty over here. There we go. Post videos, get leads, make sales. That's what we do. We post videos, we get leads, we make sales. It's as simple as that. Now we can elaborate and say we use YouTube as the platform. The videos are not going to be shorts. They're going to be. We don't need to give all that. When someone that's an online coach or course creator or consultant, when they see that, they're like, oh, they post videos, get leads, and make sales. I want that. That's going to help me. That's going to help me get traffic. It's going to help me get leads. And it's going to help me make more sales. That's what they want. So you have to say to yourself, what does your viewer want? Now, if you're watching this and you're like, Scott, I'm not a business. At least I'm not one yet. Well, let me tell you something. If you are going to think about creating a business, grab the 100K roadmap. Start there. Okay? Go ahead and download it, and we'll go ahead and give you the link to that. All right? Just comment 100K. And you're going to pick a niche that you're going to serve. And then I want you to ask yourself, what is the one problem you're going to help that audience solve? And that's it. And then from there, you're going to start building out your video library that's going to attract the right people. You're going to build the email list with a lead magnet. It's all in there. It's in the 100K roadmap. Yep. It's everything we've done here so far on this channel. But honestly, we did it on this channel and we were a little bit broad. And then we were like, okay, now we got to narrow in. So it's okay to start a little broad. Just understand that it might be harder, or you might also start to see there's a lot more competition coming in. I've got people right now that are just copying videos word for word. Like literally, we just posted one the other day. The guy took the same writing on my whiteboard, the identical thing on my whiteboard. Took the same exact pose, the intro, word for word. Hey, this video might ruffle a few people's feathers, but I'm going to say it anyway. Like literally the same damn thing. So what I want to do is remove ourselves from that. We want to go into a little bit of a different market, but yet we're still showing people how to get views, how to get subscribers, how to build their email list, like all of those things. It's still there. It's just now the message is being pointed at someone else that could use it and really grow their business. Yeah. So I went on a little bit of a soapbox there, but right. I felt like I had to.
Needed to happen.
It had to happen. Guys, what do you think of the new banner, by the way? Let us know. Let us know what you think of the new banner. All right, cool. Did we have any quick questions?
No, but Naomi said, I love that you're transparent about this because number one, it's relatable. Number two, it's encouraging by knowing it's okay to make changes. And three, it helps build and maintain trust. Absolutely. KLT, know, like, and trust.
And that's in the 100K roadmap, by the way.
Yes, it is.
It's right in there. Yeah. Tony says, noise. Yeah. And I apologize, guys, for the mic, but you can tell, guys, does the mic matter as much today? I mean, I think I'm still dropping some value for you guys. I mean, the mic sucks today because my connections are all out of whack, but it is what it is. Okay, look at drop 1 to 2 sizes in 12 weeks. No starving, no gym. That's the name of his channel. That's pretty cool. But guys, I mean, look at pivoting your channel, easy, hard. Okay, here's the deal. You got to be okay. If you've already had some success with some videos, you got to be okay with taking a hit on your views.
Yep.
We're taking a hit right now. Okay, we were averaging over 2,000 to 3,000, at least 1,000. We were getting at least 1,000. We had some videos that were getting 100,000. We had some videos. We got a video now almost at 300,000. Right now, we're hoping to get 400 or 500. But guess what? It's okay, because those are the right people. Those are the right people, and the algorithm has to figure out who the heck we are trying to find. We just mentioned that today. Scotty, how many videos have we posted since we decided to kind of do this? Has it been probably 4 or 5, maybe?
Yeah, I think we're around 4. Yeah.
4? Okay. So we've done that, and we were noticing the other day, we're like, man, we're just not getting the impressions. We're not getting the impressions. And then we had a video that I posted yesterday, and it's getting more impressions.
Yep.
And we were like, okay, all right, that's a good sign. Yeah. So it's, to me, it's not the quantity of views, it's the quality of the views. And that's what we're talking about. And guys, just to be fully transparent with you, we know we're going to lose people. We know it. But it's funny. I'll be 100% honest with you guys. We had a student of ours just joined 1K Collective. Just joined. And she had said, basically, I was, since I heard about your pivot, I joined the 1K Collective because I thought that we were going to be talking about getting views and subscribers. And now that you're pivoting to a new direction, I'm not sure that this is going to be the right program for me. So I'd like to ask for a refund. And I said, okay. Well, first off, it didn't hurt my feelings. I understand. But I also said, here's the deal. Number one, I just did your refund. You're good, right? Just refunded her the money. No questions asked, because that's what we advertise. The second thing is, I was like, but the truth is, nothing is changing. The way that we're positioning it is changing. But 1K Collective, to be quite honest with you, it's going to show you the process to get views and subscribers, no matter if you're trying to do it to get a whole bunch of views or if you're trying to do it to get your targeted 500 views.
Yep.
It's the same thing, right? So sometimes you just got to be okay to let people go, and also know that if that's not your mission or your goal, then you just got to be okay with it and just take a hit to the ego, because that's what it's going to do. And again, we're kind of giving everything behind the stages here right now, right? I mean, you guys have been here for 42 minutes. Some of you have. So we're going to give you more. Here's the deal. We're in the process right now. We've already went out there and we told our list. You might be on our list right now, on our email list, and you might have heard us talk about we're going to be doing a 6-week beta that we're going to be taking up to about 10 people. We haven't decided on the number yet, and it's going to be a little bit more expensive. The beta is going to be less expensive, but it's going to be an expensive. I say expensive. It's going to be more expensive than we've charged in the past. But it's going to be a 6-week sprint. But it's going to be a 6-week sprint for business owners, people that are online coaches, course creators, consultants, and we're going to help them build out their lead magnet so it's irresistible, their landing page so it converts higher, their thank you page so it delivers on the promise, their follow-up email so you deliver it and you show up and start building the know, like, and trust. Then we're going to move on to attention. We're going to help them get really narrow on their niche, but also to signal their niche to get them to raise their hand and start building out these evergreen assets. We call them evergreen because once you drop one and plant one in the sand, or in the dirt, I should say, sand, it won't grow that well. In the soil, it's going to grow.
Yep.
And it's going to grow over time. And so we're going to help them with that. And then from there, we're going to help them with optimizing and being able to create a system. More or less, it's going to be like a machine. And then we're going to fuel the machine with more of the content ideas that's going to feed the machine, that's going to keep these assets being developed and being created and being published, and then collecting leads on autopilot, like literally 24/7, 365. That's the goal. So we've already put it out there, and we've gotten a great response, by the way. And so we're going to be emailing our list soon with like, hey, here's what it looks like. Here, if you're interested, fill out a little application to see if we're a good fit. And then if we are, we'll send you the details and you can go ahead and get signed up. We have no idea how it's going to go, guys, but it's going to be a beta. We're going to test it and we'll see. But that's kind of what you got to do in business. You got to be able to test things. You got to be able to be nimble and pivot. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you as well.
Which I do want to say we had a really good meeting about it too today.
We had a great meeting today. It was about an hour long. And I mean, heck, Scotty, I've got my notes right here.
I know.
I mean, heck, what do I got here? I got like 3 pages of notes. Look at this, guys. That's the planning. Look at, can you see that? You can't really see it that well, can you? Look at that. Look at that. That's just 1 page. That's in depth. Look at that. That's right there. That's a coaching business model laid out right there. That was just 1 page. But yeah, it was a really, really good session. And I'm excited about it. And, you know, guys, we'll be updating you guys. If you guys want to hear more about this, let us know in the comments. You guys want us to keep giving you behind the scenes of us building our business as well? Do you want this, or do you rather just show up live and maybe do some Q&A? Let us know in the comments. I'm bored. My channel isn't growing in spite of trying all different things. I think what you got to do is you have to analyze your niche and see, are there other people in your niche that are doing what you want to do? Have they validated it for you? Because sometimes people are like, I think it'd be really cool to do whatever, I don't know, nature bathing, which is a thing, by the way. And you'd be like, I'm going to do a channel on that. And you're like, that's great, but there's maybe only 500 people in the world that care about it. No, I'm not. I'm sure there's more, but you get what I'm saying. That's what I would be doing. You want to validate that. You want to validate that first. Let's see. The audio is fine. Got a little bit more ambience, but it's very minor. Cool. Thank you, damn wicked. PI Photography and Fine Art. Thank you for what you're doing. No problem. Naomi, do you use Kajabi for this? If not, what do you recommend? No, Kajabi. And we have an affiliate link down below if you want to buy us a cup of coffee. We've got it. It's in the description. Yeah, if you go to, I believe it's Start Emailing is what the URL is. But if you go there, it'll say for like email. But we use it for everything. We use it for our courses. We use it for all of our content, our landing pages, our email, everything. So yeah, definitely recommend it. And we'll be sharing more on that too in the future. Let's see here. Tony says, looking forward to finding out more. Yeah, Tony, I will say, you probably are the perfect candidate for this. I'm just saying.
Yeah. He just asked too. He said, when will we know if we've made the beta group? Yeah.
Well, so, okay. And so here's the other thing. I said this because someone messaged me back and they're like, yeah, I'd love to be part of the beta. And I was like, okay, I just want to be clear though. This isn't like a free beta, right? Like Scotty and I are going to be devoting like 6 weeks of our time and a lot of the training we're going to be creating from scratch. So just to be clear, this is not a free beta. This is going to be for a high-end program, but yet we're going to be giving a discount to the beta people. So, but Tony, you would definitely be a great candidate because I think what you offer, you sell. And if you can get more people to see that offer, you probably could sell more of your stuff. And here's the other thing too. And this is something else, Scotty, that we got to definitely make sure that we look at. And when we're asking people if they are interested, is also getting people to say, do you have an email list? Because if you have any type of email list, I'm talking, even if you have an email list of 300 to 500 people, oh man, I've got some stuff that I could deploy for that email list that we could probably get back, gosh, way more than you would invest in our program. And you would be able to do it for years because I'd give you a repeatable system. I have one lady that I helped about 3 years ago now. She paid me $3,000 to help her. And I deployed one email campaign that was about 6 emails. And she did $19,000 in about 4 days. So I think the ROI on that was pretty good. And she's able to repeat that. So yeah, we will... We'll definitely be able to help in that area too. Oh, that's Jeff. Hey, Jeff. I look forward to whatever you guys want to teach us. Yeah. Okay, cool. Matt, how soon after do you think you'd do the program again after the initial beta? I think be better candidate in the near future, like it's 3 to 6 months versus right now. Yeah. Well, here's the deal. The beta is going to be super discounted. And I say super discounted. It's still not going to be, it's not going to be super cheap either, but it's not going to be what it's worth, because it's going to be worth more than we're charging. But I would say also, Matt, here's the thing, and I know you're into the piano and the teaching. I think you're building a course right now, dude. Man, I think you just got to go sell something. Like I think you got to stop building the course. So many people are out there building their course. Dude, launch something. Like launch a workshop, do a beta like we're doing, and just launch it, and then basically create it on the fly. That's how I create all of the programs that I've ever done in the past, because I got burnt once. And I also, when you spend all that time on creating something, then you try to sell it, and then you find out people aren't really digging it or they're not understanding it, and then you're like, oh, I should have did this. Well, now you just spent 3 months building a course that found out people didn't really want. So I always like to go with have people vote with their wallet. It also allows you to have a commitment to build the thing. So for us, we're going to do this beta, and then we're going to basically launch it. We're going to get paid, and then we're going to say, okay, here we go, right? And then we're going to be like, we're going to meet first week. In that first week, we're going to start delivering. We're going to meet again. So all of that. So let's see here. Let's see. Okay, yeah, Matt says, yeah, you're right. I'm actually getting ready to launch workshops and virtual lessons. Perfect. I'm so glad to hear that, Matt. What if your email list is less than 100 people? You still can do some pretty good stuff with 100 people on an email list. Put 100 people in a room. But here's the thing. With 100 people, yes, will it be harder? I don't know what you're selling. The Healthy Masculine. I don't know what you're selling, but if there's something that you're selling that's, let's say it's $500, $1,000, like whatever it is, because you're doing personalized like coaching or something, 100 people, you get one sale out of that. I can almost bet that if you have good email chops, you'll probably do okay. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but here's the deal. I'd take that 100 and I would multiply it by 5. I'd want 500 people. And that's what we'd be doing. We'd be doing these videos. And the thing is like the way that we're going to be doing this, just to kind of throw it out there, it's like there's a structure to it. There's a formula to it. It's like identify the topics that you know your audience is going to be interested in, come up with some really good titles that attract them, but also get them to want to know more. And then from there, you start going through the intro. We want to hook them. Then we want to deliver on the promise with some good content. Then we want to throw a call to action to our lead magnet. Then we want to say, hey, there's more videos that's going to help you on this topic. And then boom, you point to it. So there's a whole process to it. And that's what we're going to be breaking down as well. This one, expert in mind. How will this impact the Creators Lab membership? I am a member. Briefly, what can we expect? Right now, nothing is going to change. Nope. We're still going to be there. We're still going to be helping you. And I can't guarantee that we're going to be doing the Creators, Video Lab, membership for the next 6 months. But we'll let you know. But as of right now, we are going to be showing up. We got a call next Tuesday. We're going to be showing up. We're going to be reviewing intros and hooks and all that stuff. The big difference for us is going to be, yes, we're going to be focusing on a lot of lead generation, email building, finding the right part of the audience, like all of those things. But we're still going to be talking video. Video is the vehicle to make this all work. All right. So, right now, expert in mind, nothing's changing. So show up as usual. We will be there. And we will be helping as much as we have been. Let's see here. What time will the lives take place? I'm UK based. So we're not quite sure on the schedule. It is going to be a 6-week training, but we are going to be doing it in a way. We're going to actually, we're kind of like saying this now because we talked about it today, but we're going to have a couple of one-on-one sessions in there as well. So it'll be a couple of one-on-ones, and then there will be 6 live calls for the group. And then there will also be trainings that we're going to have for each section, right? Like lead magnet, landing page, like all of that stuff will have its own trainings, and these are going to be short, like 10 to 15 minute trainings, because we don't want you to sit through 30, 40 minutes. This isn't about like trying to bulk something up. It's about how to get you a result as quick as possible. And so a lot of this stuff also will be for you to view, but then we'll be there to answer any questions. But as far as like time, we haven't decided on that yet. It's still early on that. But I will say it'll be most likely during the week, and it will most likely be, if it's during the week, it's going to have to be like after 4:00 p.m. Eastern time. But we've tossed it around about possibly doing a Saturday, being able to do it a little bit earlier. Haven't decided yet, but that is a great point that you bring up, because if we had more people that were in the UK, we'd have to adjust for that. And what is the UK time difference, Scotty? Do we know that?
Yeah, I do not know. Probably look that up.
Yeah. Dan Wickett says, I have a tiny email list. Well, let's change it. Let's build a bigger list, right? I don't mean it has to be massive. I think your first goal should be getting to your first 500 and then to your first 1,000. That's it.
They're 5 hours ahead of us. Right now it's almost 10 p.m. It's 9:55.
Okay, so if we did our call at 4, that'd be manageable.
Yep.
I mean, you're on the call right now, so yeah, that'd be manageable. Let's see here. Okay. I have a digital music album for sale. Do you think I should put a link to my store or to the sales page in the description of every YouTube video I make, even when the videos are about famous bands? Yeah, I mean, anytime that you have something that you want to draw attention to, I would do a couple things. One, I would put it in your description on every single video. And I would probably put that at the top of your description, because that's going to show up before you have to click read more. And then one little ninja tip here for you is put a comment in there with the same thing that's in the description at the very top and pin it. Pin that comment. That's something we got to get better at. We used to do it, and then we kind of lost doing it, but we need to do it, because our good buddy over there, where is he? Is he Ireland? No, New Zealand. I think he is. Gavin, he just put it in the pinned comment. Yep. 1,000 email leads, man. Crazy. Hey, thanks, Sean. Cool. Sweet. All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, this was a great little call. I loved it. Here's what we're thinking about. Scotty, maybe we should ask him if we should do what we were thinking about doing for next week.
Yeah, I mean, drop it. Go ahead. Why not?
Yeah. All right, so we're thinking maybe next week. We're thinking about for our live stream, we might switch up the days. Instead of it being Tuesday, it might be Thursday. Mm-hmm. And what we're thinking about doing, maybe it'll be Wednesday. I don't know. But what we're thinking about doing, we were going to charge for this, but we're going to actually do it as a free little workshop where we're going to break down the entire, what's in my notebook, that whole strategy that we're going to be walking some of these coaches through in our beta, but really just going over the complete system or the machine and like what we're doing to build it, what we're going to do on each part of it. And then that way there, people that aren't there yet, they're going to see the machine and they're going to see what it takes to build it. And then if you're not there yet, because again, we're not just going to accept anybody that wants to pay us. We're going to make sure that they have the right things in place so we know that we can help them. So you might be like, well, I don't have a digital product yet, so I'm still building my audience. We're like, fine. But here's the strategy. You should still start doing this, right? You should still start, building out your lead magnet and getting your emails as soon as possible, getting very clear on your niche. So we're thinking about doing that next week. Would that be useful? Do you think that we should do that? And again, we were thinking about charging $50, $75 for a workshop. Then we were like, you know what? I want to be able to use this as a resource. So this way here, people that are potential clients that would want to join this, we could just give it away instead of putting it behind a paid workshop. So let us know in the comments, would that be useful if we did that? And would you want us to? I think that sounds absolutely amazing. Excellent. Yes. That's going to be awesome. I'm working out on building out the basics and I will find this super helpful. Cool. Matt says, great idea. Yeah. And yeah. Okay, cool. And here's a little insider info too. So here's the other thing that we're doing. And I've done this so many times. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to do this for next week. Most likely. I'm not going to guarantee it yet, but we're going to say pretty much we will. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to turn that into a new free guide. So now when we're talking about different aspects of building out this machine, because we'll have videos that will talk about certain sections, just like we do with the 100K roadmap. And then what we'll say, hey, if you're a coach or an online course creator and you want to receive our playbook to build out this machine, just put playbook down below. That's what we'll do. So we're going to basically teach the strategy in a sense, like go over 10,000 foot view. Then we're going to take that and we're going to turn that into a guide. And then also that will be a free video that we can have out there that will get people interested, but also give them what they'll need to do in order to get to a place to maybe we do work together one day.
Yep.
Right? So anyway, that's what we're going to be doing. And again, that's what you could be doing. Like think to yourself, if you were going to help someone today solve their problem, what could you give them? Or what is your strategy? What is your roadmap? And if you don't have a roadmap, that'd be my first step. Build out what the steps are that you're going to take them through. And then just tell them that. It's almost like if I sat down with you, let's just say Tony, for example. I'm going to use Tony for an example. Let's say Tony says, hey, Scott, can you meet with me and kind of do like a planning session? And I'm like, sure, it's $500. Maybe I wouldn't do it for $500. I mean, I would, but maybe because Tony's cool, I'd say, Tony, sure, no problem, right? So I don't hold anything back. I'm like, all right, let me see what you got. So I unpack his business pretty quickly, and I go, oh, okay, I see you've got some things here that are good, but it seems like you're targeting a lot of different sub niches. I think the first thing we would need to do is we really need to get narrow on who it is that you can help and who can pay you also, not someone that's broke. Right. Yeah. So, okay, that's where we start. Okay, cool. Next thing is we need a lead magnet. You have a lead magnet? Yeah, I've got one. Let me look at it. It's not really that great. We got to get that better because now if we're targeting these people, we got to do this. So we got to get that lead magnet right. And lead magnet's a little weak. So we got to fix that. So that's what I would advise. Let's look at your landing page. Oh, I look at the landing page. Oh, wow, man. Looks like it's built in 1990s. It's below the fold, like all these things. Like, right, I would pick it apart. And I'd be like, we got to fix that. Okay, that's another thing we got to fix. Thank you page. So I would go through every single thing that he has right now. And I'd give him what I would do if I was in his shoes. And I would start with this first, right? You get all done. Either they're going to say, man, that's amazing. Can you help me with this? And then you're like, well, actually I can. We run these private small sprint groups. It's a 6-week group. And we actually help people implement all of this. Would you like me to send you over the information? Heck yeah. Cool. And you send them the invitation. Done. That's your sales process. Right? You literally could do that. So if you're thinking to yourself, I don't know how I would turn this into a business, that's how you would do it. Think to yourself, what's the one problem you can help someone solve? Become laser focused on that. Attack it from 100 different angles. And then create a free resource that shows the fix. And then people will naturally say, can you help me fix that? Or I'll use Jeff, the guitar player. He's going to show them, here's how you do this, here's how you do that, here's how you do that. And you're like, cool. Can you help me? Can you teach me? Can I take lessons from you? Yeah, sure, you can. It's $50 a lesson. It's $100 a lesson. And if you do recurring every month, it's $300, right? You can give them a price breaker. It's $250, whatever you want to charge. And you do that virtually. Like literally you can do that. One last thing I'm going to share here, Scotty.
Go for it.
And we're going to wrap it up because this here is exactly how it works. And this happened to me when I was about 16 years old. This is a story, Scotty. Remember how we said we got to have stories and we got to bank them?
Yeah.
That's another topic that we can talk about another time. This is a story I completely forgot about, but it totally worked. And I was 16 years old when it worked. And it didn't work for me. It worked on me. Okay. So I was learning to play guitar when I was about 14 and a half, maybe 15. And I went into the guitar store, right? The music store. And I'm always in there, right? I'm looking at pedals. I'm looking at guitars. I'm looking at the picks, the straps, the strings, the amps, everything, right? I'm just, oh, this is amazing. And so I, started looking around, and one guy was like, hey, play guitar? Yes, I do. Cool. Do you want a free lesson? I'm like, yeah. So I got a free lesson. Well, I go downstairs in this little area, and it was, kind of drop ceiling that you see and all that, right? You're downstairs, you're in this like basement underneath the studio or underneath the music shop. And so I go in, and he's got this Chuck Berry style guitar, right? Which back then I didn't really care for Chuck Berry as much. I wanted Jakey Lee, and I wanted Randy Rhoads and Eddie Van Halen. That was my style. But all right, this guy seems like a cool guy. And so he starts showing me Johnny B. Good, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. So my father was like, yeah, it seems like a good thing. So I went ahead and I signed up with this guy. So I started taking lessons, and about 5 lessons in, I'm like, man, this guy is not my guy. He's not playing what I want to hear. He's I'm learning Chuck Berry. I'm learning blues. I don't want to learn the blues, even though a lot of the metal stuff and the hard rock is out of blues. I wanted to hear Crazy Train play on my guitar, right? I wanted to hear these songs. So another day I was in another mall, and I was in a music shop, and I'm looking at the stuff, and another guy comes out, and he was helping me, and he was asking me if I took guitar lessons. And I said, yeah, actually I do. And he's like, oh yeah, where? And I told him, and he's like, oh yeah, it's a great place. He goes, that's cool. And he goes, what kind of music you like? I go, I like Ozzy Osbourne right now. I like Randy Rhoads. He's like, oh, really? He pulls out a guitar, he plugs in, and he starts wailing out Crazy Train. I'm like, whoa, man. And this guy's a heavier dude with these big fat fingers, and he's wailing. And I'm like, this guy is friggin' awesome. And he's like, yeah, man. He goes, I can show you if you want. Let's go in the back room, and I'll go ahead and I'll write it out in tab. I was doing tablature. And he wrote it down for me, and he gave me the first riff. And he goes, yeah, go home and work on that. And I go, all right. So I went home, I worked on it, and I just tried it and kept doing it until I finally got it. And I was like, holy crap. So what did I do? I told my father I want to cancel my one guitar instructor, and I want to go with this other guy. And so I did exactly that. I quit the other one. I went to the other one. I was with him for 3.5 years. And his lessons, the way that it would work is I would go in for half of the lesson, and I would show him a song that I wanted to learn, and he would help me learn that, and then the other half was what he wanted to teach me. And I stuck with that guy for 3.5 years. His name was Matt Smith, and never forget him. I can see him to this day, but that's how it worked. He showed me without asking me to buy, and then immediately I was like, how do I take lessons from you, man? Right? So just a little lesson there that I learned years ago, and it still works today, man. Just show people how to do it, and then they're going to naturally want you to help them do it. Simple. All right, cool. That's it. Damn guitars, or damn good guitar influences, especially Van Halen and Rhoads. What about George Lynch? Can't forget about him. He's one of my favorites. That's one of his signatures back there. Anyway, all right. Anything, Scotty, you got in the chat, or are we good to go?
I think we're good to go.
All right, cool. All right, guys, next week, I think we're going to do that. I think we're going to give you guys a 10,000-foot view of what this machine looks like to build it out so you can have automated leads coming into your business. And if you don't currently have a business, well, when you do decide to have one, you're going to need some leads, and I would definitely come do this because it's something that you're going to need to do. All right? So, guys, that's it. That's going to wrap it up. As always, take care, take action, have an awesome, amazing day, and we'll see you next time. Take care, guys.